Well, there's somebody out there right now that they're listening to you and they're getting inspired and they're like, oh, this is great. I love it. I need to get rid of my money monster and I'm going to change my life. Okay, so but what I want you to explain to me and to those people is, okay, so what's that first step? Once we get through that money monster, we identify that, like, where do we go? There are people that have no direction. They don't know what to do. They don't know what kind of business they should do. They don't know how to make all that, money and that we're talking about here today. I mean, so what is that next step? What should they do next?
The very first step, because you can't skip it, is you really have to face the monster. And we live in this world of positive thinking, and that will keep you stuck forever. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a poisonous wound, which will turn inward. And we need to suck the poison out by really facing head on what isn't working. If you are facing eviction, a bunch of affirmations that you're wealthy are not going to help you. They're going to keep you stuck. So it creates neuroplasticity. It activates all your neurons and it's stretchy. It's sort of like going into the direction you don't want, creates a tension like a slingshot that motivates you and rewires your brain into the direction you want. So first, you really have to dig deep into the money monster, make it a person, get rid of it, get it out of the way, replace it with a money honey that feels real and safe and lovable, that does not feel like money, that feels like a relationship. Then what I would suggest, now have a conversation with your money honey. Imagine sitting on the beach. What a concept, right? Sit on the beach together, side by side, cuddling, taking a look at all the circumstances that used to look like such a shit show. Look at it together as a couple. Look at it through the eyes of your money honey, because this partner who loves you doesn't have your neuroses, doesn't have your limitations, can see you as you really are. And start to take a look at what needs to happen next. It's going to be different for everybody, but my final step is always, you meet your money honey, you have a conversation, then you commit to some concrete measurable action. I didn't know that when I went through it, but I committed to, I wasn't going to push clients away when they came, and I had a chance within 24 hours to test it. But I recommend that you actually come up with, okay, what do you need me to do? What is my next action to prove to myself and you that this relationship has changed? And just see and feel into how this other being responds. And that person will either be like, or no, or okay, good, but more, or yeah. And it may not be what you expect. My client, Katie Curtin, when we slayed her monster and she had a new money honey, the thing that turned her money honey on was he wanted her to go skating in December in Canada. And she's like, oh no, I can't do that. I have to make money. I've got all these bills. I have all this debt. And he was like, I want you to go skating, babe. So the first day went by and she didn't, because she had so much to do and she was so anxious about money, and nothing changed. Day 2, she didn't go skating, even though she told money she was going to. She was not even being her word, but she was trying to make money. Nothing happened. Day 3, and you know where this is going. She put on her skates. She took her 10-year-old out to the icy cold skating rink. They had a great time. They connected. She went home. She got a phone call that gave her $10,000 without her even asking. And that's when things started to change for her. So I give that as an example because it's bigger than just money, like trying to please your money honey by doing just, oh, I'm going to make sales calls, or I'm just going to do the stuff I've already been doing all these years, is back in that kind of scarcity, frightened money monster energy. So even if it is like a financial thing, like your money honey wants you to balance your checkbook or do your taxes, clients come back to me and they say, but that felt like foreplay. So we want that joy feeling so that we don't have to protect ourselves, so that we can go, yeah, more please. That feels good.
But then people are saying right now, Morgana, they're saying, I'm waiting for the 10 grand person to call me on the phone, but it's not happening. So
then you're back with the monster. It's not.
Yeah, but there's
money
gotta,
does not. Yeah, money
when
is,
do we get to a point? When do we get to a point where we put our head down, we get organized, we get focused, and we work our ass off? Like, do we get to that point, or is that the money monster talking?
oh, I am a big,
You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
get kind of
no,
what I'm saying?
I think that they're simultaneous,
Okay.
but the
Okay.
heaviness of it,
Okay.
the cracking of the whip, you can be crazy, amazing, productive, and it doesn't have to feel like torture.
Right.
And it
I agree.
shouldn't feel like torture. When it feels like torture, then money is the slave driver and you resent it and you have a
Right.
motivation to get rid of it. So what we want is before the money shows up, you already, the world has already changed. How you feel about yourself changes. How people respond to you changes. And I never know when the money's going to happen. I'm always shocked when I find out that Leslie sold a house for another $1.2 million thing, like a couple of hours after our first session. So, and there are people who made hundreds of thousands and tens of millions and 5 figures, it's like everything. And but it's as soon as it's, well, what have you done for me lately, money? Suddenly you're kind of this helpless baby victim, and money has become a monster again with all the power, where in fact you are the gatekeeper. And if you aren't seeing results, have a conversation, say, okay, what do you want me to do? Or what do I need to learn here so that I can let go of this struggle? Everything is like an opportunity for your empowerment and your evolution. That it only shows up, I feel like the universe gets our attention through 3 primary spiritual teachers, which are money, love, and health. And it's like, wake up for your next level and pay attention. Hello, that's why it comes up, so that you can value yourself more, so that you can raise your level of excellence, so that you can settle less, so that you can really own your power more.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.